I will always say that the company that excels greatest in the world is those companies that has human values and they are trained, they are really, really well trained. Then only they can excel and overcome any technological changes or whatsoever. Because if you have good technology, you are not well trained, you are useless. Okay?
Yeah.
You have good technology, you have to be trained to serve the purpose of the market.
AI for property valuation, and will AI replace valuers, real estate agents? Well, it's definitely replacing marketers and copywriters. So, on today's session on LT's Property Insights, we're going to dive deep into AI. So what do you think, LT? AI can jalan or not? Will replace people or not?
Cheng Yu, I can tell you honestly, AI is just a help. It's not going to replace our profession. I mean, same like if you mentioned AI to replace agents, valuers, same as AI to replace engineers, AI to replace architects, to replace lawyers. Can we actually define this replacement that they are mentioning? Likewise, if you say in the law industry, if you go and replace the lawyers, no lawyers, the lawyers still need to interpret the law. AI can't interpret the law. AI can use ChatGPT to create clauses for you. Yes, they can. It makes the humans work to be more lazy and to be much easier. But of course, in terms of technical ability and skills, they're still lacked off if they're using AI. So once AI is down, then what happens? What happens? So okay, let's come back to what we mentioned just now. Yeah, what you mentioned about AI replacing estate agents, negotiators, or valuers. First and foremost, we start with valuers. I believe you can't get an AI to go and inspect a property. You can't get the AI to give you a marketable price for the property, but you still need an agent or a valuer to go and inspect the property and give you a proper valuation. So there and then again, I would still say that a human is still needed to attend to the inspection of a property, because you still need them to go to the property to check it out and see all the defects and issues that is arising from the property and to give a value to it. Now then comes to the part where whether then AI can also do what the human do, just go there and put a value to the property, that's all, that the valuation report done out. But many things an AI can never do what a human do. So yes, human, you still have feelings. AI does not have a feeling. Okay, an AI will still unable to feel the property based on the human heart, or whether that dwelling place has extra. I mean, like example, if that place is near the cemetery or near got a gloomy kind of feeling, can an AI feel that? AI can't feel that. The AI can feel. I mean, if some people say you go and visit the property, it looks like a haunted house. I mean, it's a bit having the ghost kind of feeling. Can the AI tell you there's a ghost? I mean, let's put it this way: you can't do that. You can't. The AI will just go inspect the building as a building, but it does not give you the feeling of chills of a property that is not dwellable. Okay. Yeah. Then comes to the part where, of course, the estate agents and negotiators as well. When you do viewings, when you do your performing your inspection of the property and to bring a client there, an AI will be a very robotic way of introducing the property. It will be a fixed thing to explain about the property, and it does not able to also give you the feelings of the real estate. Now, people buy real estate based on feelings, based on emotional activity as well, because when you buy a home, it's a very emotional thing to do. It's an emotional decision. But if you buy a commercial property or industrial property or land, it still needs some emotion and more calculation in it. Okay, yes, AI can do calculation, but each calculation that each investor do, or based on their appetite to see what appreciation or return on investment, will still derive from the people's skills. The people's skills on how they have experienced enough in the previous years of the real estate industry, being in the real estate industry market, how they actually use their experiences to buy better real estate or to make good a real estate to become investment or a higher return property or higher yield, you still need a human's thoughts and ideas to turn a real estate around to make it a good investment rather than depending on an AI. AI can't tell you how to make a property more beautiful, okay? Because it's the human feelings that can make the property more beautiful, okay? It's a human thought and feeling. So hence, I would say that if you are looking at a long-term way of doing real estate, you still need human. You still need the human to be in it, and the feeling, the touch, the five senses is very, very important for any human being to make a human decision for real estate. And coming to this part where even property managers, if you say, can the AI replace property managers? AI can actually help all the professions to make their work much more easier, to shorten the length of documentations, shorten the length of certain management of things and maintenance of works, but they can never replace human, because when you're doing a professional work, you still need a professional human being to be there. AI can't give you the feelings and ethics. AI will be a program robot to determine what they are supposed to do, but human, they are not programmed. They can be the programmer. So yeah, so if you ask me whether is AI going to replace all our profession, I would say no. We couldn't be able to replace, but it can help us a lot. I mean, looking at the world of AI, you see how virtual reality has helped, how drones have helped people to make decision and get a helicopter view, satellite view of land. Last time people used to view a piece of land using a helicopter. Today we have Google Earth, Google Map, and then we have drones flying around the land for the customer or for the buyer to see. So these are things that has made us much more easier in terms of doing our marketing and our works. But it can never replace the human feelings on it. You can never replace the human feelings on it.
So it's all about adapting new technologies, and you still need the professionals to be in control and to introduce that human element, making the decisions on, okay, that judgment call, whether to follow the output of the AI or not. But definitely with AI, it will be more relevant towards facts and figures, big data, maybe for different locations, and then to assess, is this property a guideline on the property valuation.
Even you mentioned just now, marketeers is replacing marketeers. Yes, it is replacing certain lighter work of marketing, the easier works of marketing, but it can never replace a truly skilled and technical marketeer. You still need a marketeer to do what like the speaking, like presentation, or all these things. You can't get an AI to do a presentation. Okay, like example, like what we are doing, you are a marketeer, you cannot ask a robot to replace you. I mean, the robot can be asking me a question, but it won't be able to answer as fast as when I ask them a question or reply their question, because it's not a human brain, it's actually still a robot. And in terms of real estate point of view, same thing. If you're going to ask a robot, what is the square feet of this size, they'll just answer, oh, this one is 1,000 square feet. Can it be any approximate, or if I extend this place, how much square feet can I get? Then they will get stunned already. If I'm going to extend, can I get an approval for this? Stunned already. So it's still not a questionable place for a robot to answer, because it's still a human experience and decision to make to answer the question.
So it does come down to the programming of the AI as well. To what extent is it able to serve all of us? Definitely, if it doesn't have that knowledge, it won't be able to answer. So, I mean, you've been in the industry for 2 decades already. How has real estate selling changed throughout all the years with all these technological shifts?
Okay, good question. I came from an era where it was a shift from Nokia phones to smartphones. So yeah, I do feel how the AI and all this technology shift has helped the real estate industry to enhance, to advance. But to be honest with you, those days when I started 2004, real estate was still using classified ads, newspaper ads. Okay, we were still using magazines, we were still using flyer distribution, we were still using door to door, knock the doors to say hello. Okay, those are the conventional ways of doing real estate and human communication. Fast forward over the time where advertising portals such as iProperty, Property Guru came out, and many other portals who has came up and also fall. And then you also move towards the part where everyone, I still remember the first iPhone was launched in 2009. Way in 2009, the first iPhone. And then 2010, that's where I bought my iPad. End of 2009, I bought my iPad. 2010, I was using my first iPad, the bulky one without a camera to do real estate. And I came from an era where we buy map books to look at maps. To go to a location, we need to look at a book.
Wow.
We buy the map books from MPH and so on and so forth. So today, you don't use a map book. Everyone uses Waze, Google Map. So when the time that in 2010 you realize that when we are doing real estate, we open Google Map, it has made our life so much easier for viewing a real estate just by looking at the map and a helicopter view, a bird's eye view, okay, and a satellite's view. So you can basically see what is surrounding it. Although, I mean, Google Map is part of AI. It is also a satellite that has been taken up a nice image of it for you to see. Okay, and now today's Google Map is so updated. Okay, last time it's like 6 to 12 months updated. New map, new things. Now it's like every other month is get updated. So yeah, to be honest with you, this has changed. The game changer was when we are using smartphones. Then we came from a time where marketing was all by phones, SMS blasting. You use your phone to do calling, and calling was so expensive because the phone lines was expensive. Today, calling is free of charge. SMS is like almost 0 cents. And you basically can do WhatsApp blasting. You can do so many. You can even get an AI to do WhatsApp blasting for you. So, and you have AI to do Facebook marketing. You have so many things now that is shift technologically. And what has this thing brought to real estate? To be honest with you, there's good and bad. Some has brought people to be more lazy. Human that is doing real estate agents to become more lazy because they depended on technological changes and support, and some of them has too dependent on this Facebook marketings and iProperty and Property Guru and so on and so forth, and they have become lazy in the way to approach others. Now, when we come back to real estate, we have the top agents that is always on the top, and the ones that's the normal agents everywhere. The top agents, if you ask them, they are consistently performing day to day or year to year and month to month. Why are they successful? It is all because of their people skills and the approach method that they have. All these years, they can keep them maintaining a good real estate career and good real estate success by earning a good income because they approach people. But if you do what the AI gives you is just to advertise, wait for people to jump at your doorstep, then you are of course way behind the real estate people that is making the big bucks. Okay, so then again, I can always say that if you want to excel in real estate or you want to do investment, example, if you make an investment decision, can you depend on an AI? You can't. You have to have your own ways of thinking and to decide. Okay, that's very important. And the changes all these years from Nokia phones to all the gadgets that we're using now, it has made our lives much more easier to make decisions. But it has not made us entirely dependent on it. If you depend on it, that is the part where the humankind will be lost if they don't have that particular gadget to make the decision.
So that's how humans get enslaved by technology, and I think it's interesting but also important that as new agents come up, they rely more on technology and but at the same time they start neglecting the people skills, the human aspect of it, right? So do you find that actually new agents, when they come on board, they tend to be more introverted as well, rather
Yes,
than
because today young people come in, they come and do real estate. They are only thinking that real estate is like a Ponzi scheme, a get rich quick scheme. Yeah, everyone wants to do real estate because to big fast income, but doing the least work. Now, real estate can never make you become a get rich quick scheme, but only can allow you to get great income if you do the work correctly and consistently. Real estate business, of course, with AI, it lightens and fastens your work, but like I said, you cannot be entirely dependent on it. Yeah, you in residential market, yes, it helps a lot to get the AI to capture the customers or clients that's inquiring. But in terms like you come into commercial, industrial, or land, what does AI going to help you? The approach method is still very important. You still have to go and approach the people that is rightfully thinking to buy the big real estate that you're going to offer, because they certainly don't have AI to go look for you. They themselves will make a decision based on their feelings. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's also important to maintain the skills, knowledge, and experience in order to verify the output of AI. Otherwise,
Yeah.
people will start getting blinded and say, "Oh, AI said so, then okay lah, I just follow AI." Have you seen examples of that starting to happen within your industry already, where new agents are relying so much on AI that
They have. Yes, we have. But then again, yes, AI do help certain things. Like example, you get a virtual reality view of a property using a VR. You also get to use AI like ChatGPT. Those of you that don't know how to type letters, they use ChatGPT to word out a letter. AI do help a lot in this part. And then also in terms of selling properties that is not built, like I said, the VR, they basically use drones, robots to go and fly and then to get a better view before the property is built, so you can see your condo at what level, what view is it. All these things, yes, it helps you to make a better decision. But like I said, it only helps you to make a better decision, but not entirely dependent on it. Certain things, like example, if the drone wants you to view this view, KLCC view, yes, you view KLCC, but is the drone going to show you the view that is facing KLCC? At the bottom there's a graveyard. Yeah, that's the catch. Of course, if I'm a developer, I myself or to view, I will fly the drone, shoot it straight to KLCC, but I will not show the graveyard. So is it a human's decision to depend on that AI to make a decision? If you do, you're going to fail. But if you are smart enough to do by your own senses, you drive to the spot, you check it out, you see what's the land next to it. Hey, there's a graveyard. I'm not going to choose this view. Yes, KLCC view, but there's a graveyard down there. There's a view before you see KLCC. There's a big graveyard right in front of you. So, what do people feel? Some people say, okay lah, it's graveyard, got air to blow in, it's okay, nobody will go and build anything there. Okay, maybe if you look at that point as a plus point, some people feel, hey, graveyard, every day wake up morning, I see graveyard, can ah? So some people don't want that kind of feeling. Yeah, so you have to be very cautious into making a decision. If an AI has helped someone to make a decision, then you yourself still need to make your human decision by checking on it. Yeah.
So what is the modern day door knocking? Like, okay, for the most successful agents out there, like, do they still knock on doors, do cold calls?
Sometimes if you do cold calls, definitely. Agents do live their life around using a phone. Okay, and why do they get rejected? Because it's how the way they speak that get rejected, or can the conversation go on? Now, how does the modern door knocking starts today? Today, a person still stays in the house. The modern door knocking would be, maybe you can write in a letter first to knock the door, then to go and officially knock your door yourself with your hand. Okay, you can still send a letter, then thereafter only go and knock the door. You must, it's the method that you want to use to break the ice. Yeah, so people will still be people that you're dealing with still have feelings. You give a good feeling to someone, they will give you a good feeling. You give a bad feeling to someone, they'll be defensive. As that's pretty normal. So that's why we have to understand that this, even though you're selling real estate or even though you're selling a car, is a human decision. It's a human feeling and human decision.
Yeah, there's always that energy exchange, that feeling that goes
Yeah.
in between that AI, at least at this point, does not is not able to replicate lah. So I mean, what has been the most significant contribution in terms of like the most significant leap in technology that you see in property? Is it from the era from the book of maps to Google Maps, or is it something else when it comes to data analysis for you in your career?
I think that if you say for data analysis, people are looking real estate as a place to find data. Whether are you able to source for data? If you are able to source for data anywhere you go around the world, real estate companies, majority strength and value of the company is the data. Okay, whether how good are they in storing their data, maintaining the data, and also to use the data for further future marketing. And in Malaysia, I would say that we are a country that is full of data. Okay, PDPA is one thing that has not been enforced. Likewise, because enforcement is always an issue in the country, and it is very important for us to know that whenever we approach people in Malaysia, we are Malaysians. Malaysians are still very nice people compared to many places in the world. We are more heartful and we are more nicer to be approached. So, if you ask me in terms of technological ways that we can enhance real estate, to be honest with you, likewise you said the AI side, the Google Maps and all these things has bring us to a very much enhanced industry today. But the main change, I would say in these few years is the video marketing. Video marketing, because of apps such as TikTok, Instagram, all these things, many has turned into video marketing. Okay, using AI to do video as well. Okay, and to basically build a platform of video marketings more than just picture marketings. Okay, so video marketing has turned our country into not only our country, into the region and the entire world into a more advanced marketing, whereby today agents can't sit down and just sell or open the door and sell. They need to basically open up their mind by doing video marketing, coming out to do something like what we are doing now, podcast, or something like what we are doing, something like you go for a viewing, you need to explain. Okay, then you don't need to do it repeatedly. You can just explain once and then sell the video, so that more genuine buyers will come in. So these are the things that will actually, I see that now in our real estate market is enhancing because of video marketing. Video marketing is the trend now because it really gives information and helps people to make better decisions.
So basically any technology that's able to bring out even more emotion from the property to the potential buyers, letting them experience, will always be at the top when it comes to really creating a significant change in transacting in real estate.
I think at the end of the day, it's still agents that come out or people who come out to make decisions. They want to feel they are working with someone who was a professional and been trained. So if you say having the people to approach the consumers, I would really say that training is very important, to train the people correctly to handle the market, so that whenever the consumers come around, they can see the people that they are serving them is well trained. It has the main criteria to serve the purpose in the market. Many real estate firms or many companies that is building people to serve the market, they lack of one thing: training. Training is one thing that human needs to be trained. Okay, you want a country to be excelling into great heights like China. The humans in China, the population in China is well trained. They are trained to survive the world. They are trained to have one voice, one direction. That's why China is where it is today. So yeah, if you come to training and look at Japan also, you see this country, they're all well trained. Young time, they don't have exams. They go for moral classes. They have some values where they grow up. So if you look at any Japanese, they will always bow. They have their moral values. So human has to be disciplined, has to be trained. So if you come back to real estate market, because we're dealing with human, I will always say that the company that excels greatest in the world is those companies that has human values and they are trained, they are really, really well trained. Then only they can excel and overcome any technological changes or whatsoever. Because if you have good technology, you are not well trained, you are useless. Okay?
Yeah.
You have good technology, you have to be trained to serve the purpose of the market. Yeah.
So also having that human wisdom being taught and embedded into every single individual in the organization as well, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, just share with us. You've built up your company to quite a sizable number of agents. How many agents are you
About
currently?
850.
850.
Yeah.
Wow. So what has been the secret to be able to scale up to this level?
We do cut agents. Actually, we have more than 1,000, but we have cut those that's not performing and don't respond. Having a big number is useless, but having a big number who is productive is another matter. So we want productivity. We want people who are responsive, who are productive in the market. Now, how we manage to build a company to this level is because of good partnership and, of course, training, and also to make sure to be disciplined enough to make sure every negotiator or every real estate practitioner is equipped with the right tools and items to go and serve the market. We have been around for the past 6 years plus. The reason we have come into this position today is because we have been dealing with people in the market like to deal with professionals. Okay, and then again, in CID Realtors, we have been training the agents. Every week we have training. Every other day, the weekday, we have training either on Zoom or face-to-face, but we train them to be more professional in terms of every type of topic or every type of skill to learn, okay, in the real estate industry. But with these 850 people, I can't be managing all of them. And there are companies that's more than that. So in order to have them, you have to have great leaders, great partnerships with people who are willing to share and also teach others to do the same as what we have done. I would always say that our business is a business of sharing. If you don't share the right things, you share the wrong things, people will share the wrong things and make the thing, manipulate it and become worse. Yeah.
So I'm sure that through your history, you've had those experiences as well, where you train up people already, and then after that they go around your back or whatsoever.
That is pretty normal. That's pretty normal. But of course, we try to minimize it. There's no strings tied. Like I said, human value. People, each of us have our own core values. There are people who I've trained also go out and say bad things about me or say bad things about the company. They don't understand the powers of an estate agent, or they don't understand the fact that today's market, you still have a law-abiding industry for you to be in. Now, many people, the problem is today is that our board given out all these, these partnerships to people who are non-licensed holders. So practitioners being licensed to, practicing together with the license holders by opening companies. And this has made the negotiators thinking they are part of an estate agent. They are trying to overpower the estate agent. They think they are the bigger earners of the commission. They are the person should be making the bigger decisions than the estate agents. So they've forgotten who actually has who actually has the power to act under the law. Our law, this Act 242, is only bound by these four professions, which is the estate agents, appraisals, valuers, and also the property managers. But it does not have a law over the negotiators. The negotiators are people who are working under the estate agent. So in our estate agents line, there's a lot of negotiators who think they are more powerful than the estate agent, who tries to do all sorts of nonsense, and they create havoc in the market and do practices that are not supposed to be done, okay, and create all sorts of havoc that we need to face them in the court of law.
Well, what are some of the examples of the havoc that they cause?
Running a client's account. And a REN is not supposed to run a client's account. They have to be run by an estate agent, overseen by an estate agent. Now, what other things? An REN today thinks that they are getting a high commission payout from the company, so they should be making decisions and signing letters on behalf of the REA, the real estate agent. There's so many these kind of things, and some project marketing companies renting a license just to go and sell projects, and then they recruit all sorts of youngsters to come and sell, and then when they get paid under the client's account, they don't pay the negotiators. Then the negotiators all want to sue them, want to challenge them, and want to claim the money. They cannot claim. Why? Because those money is not run by a estate agent, it's run by a negotiator who has recruited you. And he's illegally running the company, which a lot of people do not know and never come into their senses to check. They don't. I think there's many that don't. I dare to say this is because when I even mention this in this podcast or this in Property Insight they are talking about, many people who have listened to me does not dare to face me to tell me that actually they are doing the right thing. This is Malaysia. If I dare tell you to have an open session, to have all the bosses of all the real estate firms to have the license holders to speak about this, is going to be a long story for 6 hours to 12 hours talk. There's so much things that we have in the market that is wrong. And negotiators are trying to overpower the estate agent's duty, which that certainly in that act, they are not bound to be doing what the estate agent is supposed to do.
Wow. Yeah. So, I mean, it's interesting to see how many percentage of the market is of this pool that you're describing right now. 80%, 90%?
80-90%. I mean, if you mention coming to the topic where this AI, if I would have an AI to replace an real estate agent, definitely not. All real estate agent would love to have an AI to replace the negotiator.
Yes.
But I mean that is just a joke. It's not going to be easy and it's not going to happen, because negotiators are also important in the line of duty to help the estate agent to do their work. But of course, we want good real estate negotiators that has been trained, and AI can never replace both of our job scope.
So there you go. AI cannot replace the human touch when it comes to property, and of course our human senses to actually sense the location, the locale, and then the sensitivities that we may have as human beings. But most importantly is the human connection whenever we are building relationships with one another, the energy that we feel from one another, and of course LT has shared with us some deeper insights into what's really going on in the real estate market when it comes to real estate agencies versus the real estate negotiators, and how the RENs, as they say, is trying to take that step up, but they don't know their place within the context of the law as well. Right. So that's another episode of LT's Property Insight. What do you think about AI in the property industry? Share with us within the comments, and of course share this video with your fellow friends, families, investors, so that they can learn more about investing in property here in Malaysia. And of course subscribe to LT Property Insights podcast podcast. And yeah, stay tuned. We have more and more exciting topics and guests to come as well.
Thank you.